Well, hello there, mate. Welcome to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. And we've got quite a lot to talk about. Two things in particular that dropped recently. Music-wise, a lot of things have dropped. As we're going to the new month, we're realizing that the music is going crazier than ever this year. Whole lot of songs are dropping, whole lot of albums are dropping. And this may be a really good year for music that we have quite a bit to talk about. You know, the other day, I was listening to Raye's album. I was listening to it again today. Today I listened to Yeat's album. It's a controversial album. Central C dropped his EP, All Roads Lead to Home or something like that. The Reading lineup finally dropped. Wireless may be dropping their full lineup this week. We're going to start off with the mental check. As we get into this new episode, I hope you are thriving and I hope you are doing what you love to do every day. Going to get it every day. Do not stop. Keep grafting. Keep that smile on your face, on your handsome, beautiful face. Yeah, keep standing on that business, bruh. Because you've got a lot to give and you've got something in there that is valuable to others, even if you may not see it or feel it or believe it. You have something. So keep shining and keep standing at all times. You know, we're going into a new month. Literally April, March is done. It's basically done. This has been a ridiculous month for me mentally. Mentally. And you know, just getting out there, just back and forth between Manchester, London, been going back and forth. Mentally, it's been challenging, but it's been a blessing of a month that I wouldn't change a single thing about it. Yeah, it all comes down to just having the grit, the love, the passion to just go and get it. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. One thing that I lacked a little bit this month is faith. I feel like my faith has dropped down a bit, or I feel like I've been very self-centered, or I feel like oh, I've lost it all, but it's still there. We still got it, you know, we still got our mojo back. I'm gonna get into an album I wasn't expecting to like as much, and that's Yeat's album. You know, I've always been into Yeat's music, but not fully tapped into his albums that I'm like, I like it as much. There's like always a couple songs that I like since Up To Me, Alive, Too Alive, Afterlife. Like since those projects, there's always been a few projects, like few songs that I like, but I just never really, it didn't really hit with me like that. And as well as, what's that album cover? What's that album? 2093. Like there's always been songs that I like, but I just didn't really vote with as a whole album. However, this album, ADL, A Dangerous Love, A Dangerous Life, and I'll be honest, I actually like the album. I listened to it today, so it may be recent biasy or whatever you call it. it may be recent of me, but I was at the gym and I was doing my session and I was vibing with it. I always say this one thing: I prefer the A Dangerous Life over A Dangerous Love. A Dangerous Love, it sleeps a little bit, but it has a few parts I like. You know what? It's a vibe. I was not expecting that to be as good because that one slaps. Even the interlude with Kid Cudi. I will say this though: Kid Cudi's contribution to that song was better than Yeat's. But it's Kid Cudi, you know, he's a master at his craft. He knows what he's doing. He's always going to do well. And I really liked it. Also, I was not expecting to like the one with Swiss Beats. That one sounds cool. It's very Swiss Beats coded. Literally, very Swiss Beats coded. But it works. It works. Although it was 21 songs, it wasn't a dangerous listen. It wasn't a dangerous listen, as what it said in the comments of what people are saying. I wasn't expecting people to not enjoy the album as much. The comments are very toxic, and I'm confused, bro. I deleted Twitter, so I don't have all these like Twitter pages, like, or I'm not looking at what people are saying, like from the comments from like Kirko or, you know, all them pages like that. But I looked under the comments under his Insta, and they are not liking it. And I understand, like, he is not the same that he was when he made Up To Me or when he made Too Alive. He's not the same. He doesn't tweak off these drugs every day. You know what I mean? Like, he's a complete different artist and person. He's in a complete different space. So I don't know what you'd expect for him to just keep making the same stuff, because I guarantee you, if you make the same stuff, people will be like, okay, this is getting boring now. Like, you really cannot win in this music world, because people will still be stuck on that same old stuff. But as well, like, when you get into the new stuff, people will be like, okay, what is this? We prefer the older stuff. Like, bruh, come on now. Like, make up your mind what you want, because it's really not making sense. And really and truly, like, I watched his interview and he was like, we're getting older, people are getting older, like, you can't be doing the same stuff that he was. And honestly, it's true. Like, you can't be doing the same stuff that you used to do, bro. You just gotta accept it. It is a listenable album. May not be Actually, hot take, I think this is the most I've enjoyed from a Yeat album that I can actually listen to through and throughout, because all the other ones, they're cool, but they're just like, I don't know, they're a bit too much for me. And I don't know what I mean by too much, but they're just not like fully digestible for the whole album. But this one was. I'm like, I can actually vibe with this one, listen to it with my people, listen to it on my ones, listen to it during the day at the gym, whatever. I could listen to this album, and it's like Marmite. You either like it or you don't like it. But I do feel like this album is gonna have a slow burn on people that they do not want to admit. But I understand, bro. It's a complete different approach to what he did for his previous albums, but it is a good album to listen to. Like, trust me. And these are my favorite ones that I enjoyed on the album, because he has a couple bangers on there that I feel like you should know. I was not expecting to like Face the Flame, the one with Youngboy and Grimes. It's a bop. Griddle with Don Toliver. Live Like This. It's a vibe. Taller. It's a vibe. Tonight. It's a vibe. Real Life Shit. It's a vibe. Two Planes. It's a vibe. Back Home. It's a vibe. There are good vibes on this album. Even the one with Elton John, like that one, he would have thunk it, but it's a vibe, bro. It is a vibe, and honestly, you've got to appreciate the music, bro. You've got to appreciate it. Maybe I've just got different ear palettes, but there's a good vibe on this album that I'm like, you know what? It's got something here, and generally, I'd want to see him when he comes on tour or something. Pause. When he goes on tour, I'd want to see him, because I feel like it will be a good live show. I'll prefer it to seeing him now than seeing his 2093 tour that he did, which it looked cool, but it was a bit too much. It was a bit too much, you know what I mean? People are saying in the comments that A Dangerous Summer is better than this. I disagree. Come and Go is a really good song, and there's another song that he has on that Dangerous Summer with Don Toliver. Speaking of them two need to make like an album together or something, because their music is fire. I can't believe the comments of what people are saying, but as a diehard Yeat fan who's listened to his music from the jump, I can understand. But at the same time, like, come on, bro, you can't keep making the same stuff. Every artist has had an album that people are like, oh, it's horror, and then as it gets later on in the year or next year, people are like, you know what, it's actually not bad. Views, Utopia, so many albums that people have, Yeezus, so many albums that people have dropped that they do not like, and then later on they just like it. Whole Lot of Red, like, there's so many projects. So it's like, you know what, give it some time, because I guarantee you will like it. I like the mindset approach that he had in this album. Him saying things like, if he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. Just like the little things, like you wouldn't really hear him saying that on like his past projects. My favorite Yeat song is Can't Die. That one there, if you know that one, then it just has a good vibe and it's catchy. It's the beats that he used to have, they're very premature, but this one is very mature. And it's mad that someone said in the comments that, like, it's sad that it's gone mainstream. Why wouldn't you want your favorite artist to go mainstream? It's like, bruh, you really cannot win in this game, man, I'm telling you. But overall, I liked it, and I thought it was a good vibe. And I feel like you should give it another try and listen to it again. I'm definitely going to listen to it again. And yeah, definitely going to give it. And I don't know what rating I'd give it. I don't think I'm going to give it a rating. I like the album. That's all I can say. It's a bit too critical for me to give a rating yet. I like the album. I think that's all you need for an album, especially for Yeat. I'm not here to expect much, and I don't think you should expect anything. Just have some good music and just enjoy it. The way that he's got his team, they've got it on lock, with the features as well, and the people that he works with. Like, the way that he got Elton John, the way that he got Kylie Jenner on that is because obviously he was with Justin Bieber, and then Justin Bieber knows his people, and then like, bruh, it really motivates you to just get yourself out there, because you never know who you will work with, and that is something that I've been lacking. Sorry to bring it up to myself, but bro, like, who would have thunk it? That's crazy to me. But hey, I can't lie to you, Kylie Jenner did her thing on that tape. She did her thing on that, even though it was very small, but she did something, and I can appreciate it's a good project. So you know what, I give it to her. I give it to her for that. Speaking of Kylie, her spouse Travis is on Kanye West's new album. Kanye West dropped a new album, right? Bully. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm a bit skeptical to listen to it because of how I did not enjoy Vultures. I'm a bit skeptical to listen to this album, because I'm like, I don't know if I can, bro. That album was so hard, and also the things that he's been saying beforehand, it's like, but at the same time, people do dumb shit, it's okay, it's life, but at the same time, can I really listen to it? I don't know. I'm going to listen to it at some point. Like, I'm going to listen to the whole album, and I've just got to admit that. I want to hear what he has to say. However, it's like, do I really want to? You know, literally, do I really want to? But you know, I'm gonna give it a try at some point, because there's a song with Travis Scott. There's also a song with Don Toliver, and I'm like, you know what, cool. I realized it when Travis posted a picture with him and Kanye. So it's like, they were in their suits, thinking, yo, this is, it may be fire. Kanye is doing a tour in Europe anyway. He's gonna be in Italy. He's gonna be everywhere, bro. I'm seeing that there's more tour dates in Europe, and this may be the only time that we will get to see Kanye for a long time. And you know what? I feel like it may be the time to actually go there, because as well, there's speculation that Kanye may be performing at Wireless. Listen, if that is to happen, it will happen. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Wireless have never taken this long to drop a lineup. They always drop it at the start of the year, January or into February. They always do that. They've never taken this long. So the only way it actually would make sense if Kanye's on the lineup, because he's taken so long. He's just dropped his album, Bully. You know, he's outside again. You know, he's making noise. So it's like, you know what? I don't blame him if they actually are having him on the lineup. You know, I feel like Kanye may be a complicated person to work with, or they're being very secure on the name, on who they have on the lineup. So it's like, you know what, fair enough. If they do the same thing where it's like he's at all 3 days, different set list, you know, that would be fire. But I feel like it is a bit tough, because last year they had Drake, now this year they'll have Kanye. It's like a lot of like switching, but hey, it's, at the end of the day, it's a festival. You know, they're not really here to pick sides. They're literally just here to make their money and to just keep going for the next year. So you know what, I hear it, but it would be good to have Kanye. He headlined Wireless years back. I think this was during his Yeezus era. I think so. I may be wrong, because he had his mask when he was doing like his Yeezus period. So it would be good to see him perform there. And I feel like Travis may be there again, but we will see, because Travis and Kanye will be performing in Italy. So they may be on tour together or something, but we're just going to have to see. And that means if that's happening, we must get our bread up, because it is going to be an expensive summer. I know I said I'm not going to be doing any festival. I said I'm not going to do any concert or festival, like me buying tickets, but I may cave in. However, is it possible that we can say, yo, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them pay for me. I'm going to let them, you know, put me on a guest list, because if that can happen, then we can do anything. I do not want to pay for a ticket. If anyone knows anyone for Kanye's team, or anyone knows anyone for Wireless or the festivals in Italy, give me a shout, because I would love to be there. I would really love to be there. But yeah, we must keep it going, and we must keep it stepping. If there was some people that I'd want on a Wireless lineup, if there was going to have more people, 100% Travis Scott, 100% Kanye. I'd like to have Don Toliver on the lineup. Don Toliver will be a good one. Who would I like to have on the lineup? I would not like Lil Baby to be on the lineup. I'm sorry. I'm tired of his music, bro. I'm tired of his music. I'd want Gunna. You know, I'd want Gunna to be on the lineup again. You know, he performed well when I last saw him, so I'd want to see him again. And yeah, I feel like that would be a good performance. So yeah, Gunna. Who else would I like to see on the lineup? I'd want to see Lil Kana on a Wireless lineup. I don't know, like something different, bro. Like they could do something here. I'd like to have what's her name? She was the one who was on tour with Giveon. I forgot her name. She performed really well when I last saw her. Also, another not random, I'd want Cleo Soul on the lineup. I'd want Daniel Caesar on the lineup. You know, I'd want these artists on the lineup, bro. I don't know. I just want, because we're not forgetting Wireless is also an R&B festival, so it's like you can have that element. Sky Newman, I don't know. You can have people on there, bro. Imagine say like Olivia Dean, but you can have anyone on that lineup. So hey, they've got the power to do what they can do, and I'd want them to cook. Who else would I want? Hey, imagine having Miggy on a lineup, Frank Ocean, anyone, bro. Like, yo, at least make it a good and official lineup instead of it being on some, you know, all over the place like it was last year, releasing a lineup, the full lineup on the week. That's kind of crazy to me. But hey, let it be done. Reading dropped their full lineup, and I like the lineup. The only thing that I will say that I do not like, I will be going to Leeds Festival, and Lil Kana is not on the Lee's lineup. Gunna is not on the Lee's lineup. I understand Reading is the most mainstream televised one, but come on, man. The two artists that I listen to heavily are going to the other one. It's like, bruh, I don't have a choice. But hey, the underdog is gonna be the best one, and I will make sure that it will be the best one, even if we're not gonna be at Reading. You know, I feel like people are gonna hate, and regardless, people are gonna hate on the lineup. It couldn't get more complete. The headliners itself are Charlie XCX, Chase Stairs, Dave, Florence and the Machine, Fontaine's DC, Raye, Kasabian on the Thursday night, Skepta, Somber, Role Model, Duke Dumont. Hey, Duke Dumont has bangers. I'm not forgetting that song, I Got You. And it's crazy because I was listening to his music earlier this year because I saw he was on the Coachella lineup, and he's doing quite a few more festivals this year. But that would be nostalgia, like to see him at festivals. So hey, we will be there. Geese, shout out to them. Jade, shout out to her. Josh Baker, shout out to him. The K's, shout out to them. Kneecap, shout out to them. The Lathams, shout out to them. Sky Newman, shout out to her. Shout out to Sky Newman. A lot of DJs in the warehouse section, I guess. And the warehouse section is literally a lot of oonts for the people out there who don't know what that is. I will say the stage warehouse is obviously, I guarantee it's like a replacement to the other stage that they had, which it was cool, but I feel like it was a bit underwhelming. But we will see what this stage is. I feel like it's literally gonna be like the warehouse in Manchester, like how that looks. Or if you've been to Parklife, they have a stage where like the lights are like on each corner. It's literally gonna be like a rave on the outside. So I hear it. And then they have bands: Arkayla, Bashed, Bleach, 9-3. And you know, we tapped into those bands, so I'll be there for that. Nico B, I'm actually there for that. The guest list, we will be there for that. Finesse Kid, Gurries, YT. Cool. You know, like Keo, of course, can't forget that. How can I forget that? Overpass. Bro, I always say Leeds have a better lineup with like the bands and stuff, because I realised that Reading doesn't have all these bands. They kind of lacked when it comes to these bands. You know, they're doing something here and it's a good lineup, in my opinion. I don't know what everyone else expected, but hey, we will be there for that. Absolutely, he's going to be at both Reading and Leeds, and absolutely is Raye's sister, so that would be good. It will be a good festival. It will be a very full circle moment, because the first festival that I went to at Reading, Dave was headlining, and we will be there for that again. And it was kind of like the similar lineup, so it will literally be a similar position. And last time I went to work, but this time things have completely changed. We have been invited by people at the festival. That is ridiculous, but yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, I can't wait to go to the festival. We will see what it is like, and I'm going to enjoy my time and get the content out for you guys. They may have done a bit too much with the headliners, because I like Dave and Raye on the same day. They are both literally big headliners that one should be headlining for the night. I'd rather see Raye headline, bro. She just dropped her album, and that album is phenomenal. I prefer to listen to Raye's album than Dave's album, bro. That may be a hot take, but both albums have different purposes, and I preferred Raye's album first. Well, 2 listens anyway. I could listen to Raye's album more than Dave's, but that's just me. Speaking of Raye, she dropped an album. What is the album called? This Music May Contain Hope. And boy, oh boy, it is a good album. I was not expecting to enjoy it. You know, I listened to it on Twitch. I've got Twitch, by the way, so you can go and tap into my Twitch, right? Because we will be doing album, you know, tap-ins on there instead of doing it mainly on TikTok, because it makes it more inclusive to everyone and to everyone's ideas and thoughts on an album or a particular artist or a particular song, and it really gets the long form. Anywho, Raye dropped the album and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good listen from top to bottom. I like how she narrated the album, speaking about herself in third person. When she did her last album, it was mainly in third person, but I like that this album she switched it between first and third, and she narrated it well. It's crazy that, you know, her going to Brit school and being in that environment I'm gonna keep that in there. Being in that environment has kept her, you know, on the grind and on the graft and on that hustle to just grow and just to get out there. And she really did well with her music change. And these are my favorite songs on Raye's new album. And I'm going to keep it like 5 songs that I really enjoyed. Firstly, I really enjoyed Fields with Grandad Michael. That one is fire. I like Fields. Nightingale Lane is still one of my favorites. Winter Woman is fire. I Will Overcome and Good Night, Goodbye Henry, as well as what is it called? I Know You're Hurting and Happier Times Ahead. I know I said 5 songs, but the album is really good. I enjoy it. Of course, you got songs like Where Is My Husband? Like that is a cool song, but it served its purpose, bro. I can't keep listening to that song, man. I can't keep listening to that song, but it's a good song and I like it. Especially the way that she narrated her music, it really does give a lot of. From my first thought of the album, it is like a perfect album you'd get for a Disney film, a Disney musical, a Disney 70s or 60s theme, with the way that it has the band, the way that you got the drums, the violin, the trumpets, every little detail, like the piano, every little thing, her voice, the choir, the backing vocals, every little detail, it matters. The reverb, it sounds sick, and I enjoyed it. Especially the song Lifeboat. I wasn't expecting to like that one, to be fair, because it really reminded me of like Fred again's music. How Fred again, his music from like when he was doing his like past music, like 2020 to like 2021, 2 and 3, he'd always have voice notes and he'd always have people like speaking on their story while the music is playing, and it literally reminded me of that. And I don't know if like, I'm surprised no one has said anything about that, but it's got a Fred again influence. But of course it's not intentional, but it sounds like that. I'm not giving up, yeah, I'm not giving up. Like, it's very catchy, and that's all you need for a song, bro. And it's nice to see that she's still going back to her roots when she was like doing them dance tunes that she used to do when she was on a come up. Like, it's nice to hear that, and it's refreshing that she hasn't completely left it. As well as Winter Woman, it's nice to hear that she still has her, like, she can still rap, she can still melodically rap, she still has that pen game. Especially on there's another song that she did where like, WhatsApp Shakespeare. I'm telling you, bro, she can actually rap probably better than most of UK rappers, and she's not even a rapper, but I feel like she's been around that industry for so long that she's got it on lock, and her music is fire when she does that. The way she tells a story, the way she says the most normal things but makes it sound complex, but it's very simple and digestible and relatable. Hence why you got songs like I Hate the Way I Look Today. In my opinion, I don't like it because of how relatable it is. I think that's the thing that gets me. It's so relatable that I just like, damn, it's sad that I just don't like it, but it's real. And that's all you need in music. I like how in I Know You're Hurting, she was talking in third person. And of course, she's talking to herself. But as well as she's talking to the people that are listening to this album, to anyone who's going through like the hurt or the pain, it's like very comforting, because sometimes you need to hear those words that like, damn, we're all going through some shit, but like, you'll get through it, you'll be good, you'll get through it, you'll be good. Like, that's all you need. Especially the song Happier Times Ahead, catchy. That's all you need for a good album. Like, it's just catchy, simple music, dramatic, very dramatic. This album is. Especially Beware of the South London Lover Boy. I like the part where it slows down and then it picks up. It literally reminds me of like church music, how it's like it just picks up like that, like it's church music, but it's a good album to listen to. There's a few songs that I will not listen to as much. Like, it's good to listen to as an album, but I wouldn't go, oh yeah, put that one on. Like, put that one on. One of them is the Click Clack Symphony. I wouldn't go back and listen to that one. I feel like it sounds like it's from a film, because of course, Hans Zimmer, shout out to him. But I know that it's just not something that I'd listen to as much, especially the song Finn. Come on now. Like, it's literally an end credits song, bro. If you've listened to Good Kid, Mad City or Forest Hill Drive, the ending of both albums, bro, they have like a long credit scene of them just like talking. It is a mad end credit scene, but it's a good one, especially the song Joy. The song Joy, it reminds me of like an ending of the film like Moana or something, when it's like, it's like a happy ending, and the song is playing in the background, and as it goes to the credits, that song just gets louder, and it's just playing, like it just makes sense. But overall, I like the album. It was a good listen, and you will enjoy the album if you haven't listened to it. I'd say give it a listen. Give it a listen, mate. Give it a listen. Even if you're a man, listen to the album. You know, because it's a good listen. It's nothing crazy. It's a good break to listen to if you're listening to Yeat's album. It's a major transition, and you will enjoy the album. That's what I can say. Recently, your boy has been tapping into bands, and we've been listening to Jimi Hendrix, listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers, listening to Muse. We listened to quite a few more, but the ones that were my favorite from last week that we tapped into first was still Red Hot Chili Peppers. Then you got Muse. Then there was another one that we tapped into that, Foo Fighters. Their music is cool, but I prefer the softer tunes one that they have. I'm not really a fan of that, the heavy ones. I think I've always had that mindset, but Red Hot Chili Peppers, they cooked, especially their second one's like, yeah, their ones are chill. And then you got Jimi Hendrix. I wasn't expecting to like his music. I feel like it has like a different vibe to it, but it's a cool vibe to listen to. And hey, if you like that type of smooth vibe, I'd recommend for you to listen to their music and just tap into it. I got a comment on the video, and someone was like, "Oh, what music was you listening to before this?" Like, bruh, broski just thinks I was not listening to music at all. But I guess it's like, it's a curious mind. You know, the main genre is like R&B, rap, melodic music, but you know, we dabble into a few genres here and there. But damn, it makes you like, I was trying to say like, I don't listen to music, but hey, one's assumption is one's assumption, I guess. But it's a good type of music to listen to, different types of music. And Jimi Hendrix is a good vibe. Red Hot Chili Peppers is a good vibe. There was a few more, but those are like my favorites that I listened to last week, and we will be tapping into a few more. I got told to listen to Bob Dylan, got put on to listen to who else? There's another one, Audio Slave or Soundgarden, something like that. I don't literally, when listening to these artists' albums, I have no clue of what is actually like being what I'm listening to. I have no clue, bro, because I want to go into like their music of like not knowing much. Just let's listen to it and just see what it's like. And if I like it, I do. If I don't, then hey, at least we tapped into something different and got something good out of it. I think that's what makes it more enjoyable instead of it just like being very predictable. I think that's the best way to go. We don't want to predict the music that we listen to. We want to go against the grain and just like tap into something different to what we usually listen to, because it really does open different ears and different doors for people that actually are tapped in, and we hear different opinions. So I think that's a good way of us tapping into different things. And as well, it also makes us realize that some songs that we used to listen to are trash. Like some now that I'm listening to like these music, like I listen to like the ones that I used to listen to, and they're just not as good because the production is a bit lazy. But some songs are made for that. But yeah, it's really evolving the music palette that we are getting to while on this like tapping into journey. And to everyone who puts us onto songs, thank you, because we just keep listening to more and more, and it's actually going up more than what I expected. I never really expected that. I didn't know what to really expect. I just like to listen to music, and you guys enjoy it, so thank you. For today's episode, I'm really not going to force it. I'm going to enjoy it and just talk about the things that I like to talk about. There's 20 days until I run the Manchester Marathon. The long runs have restarted now. 30 kilometers, 34 kilometers, 39 kilometers. It's not exciting. It's very boring. Very boring, repetitive, literally for like 2-3 hours, but we are getting it done. And just think about crossing that finish line. I think that is it. We just got to cross that finish line and just get going with the journey, get the medal, and just keep it stepping. But yeah, it's getting to the point that I'm just like tired of it now, but I'm excited for it, scared, but you know, just gotta keep the one foot in front of the other, literally. But yeah, for anyone who's doing any training, for anything that they have coming up, stay eating well, get your sleep, focus on your nutrition, bruh. Train, but with good intent. Just get yourself out there, man. Train, bro, because it's not easy, but you're doing well. So yeah, that is my marathon training. It's long, but we're getting it done. But anywho, that is the end of the Perspective podcast. A lot of music has dropped, and I'll be back next week talking about the new updates on things that are happening and just everything that's going on in this new Perspective music, whatever, anything that's happening. If you like these episodes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tapped into these episodes. And I'll see you guys next week.